Do you know what it's like to be a curly-haired girl who's poor? Do you know what that's like? I mean, this is what that's like. You see my hair? You see this? What the fuck am I supposed to do with this shit? I mean, this is me trying to straighten my hair, right? Because I can't always afford a blowout. I mean, and those little tiny, you know, shops, well, they'll do it for like cheap. Yeah, they fry the shit out of your hair. So next thing you know, you got clumps of it falling out, right? I mean, you look at like those supermodels and stuff. They got this beautiful, straight, thick, flowing hair that's straight, right? Straight. That is the first term that I use to describe it because it is straight. I mean, like even the black girls, right? Like Naomi freaking Campbell, you ever see her with a fro? Hell no, cause she knows. Straight hair is in. Curly hair, not so much. Okay, case in point, right? What I'm talking about here? Look at all the celebrities, right? Who start out with curly hair and now they got straight hair. That's because ain't nobody trust the curly haired girls, right? You're only serious if your hair is straight. If you got curls, ain't nobody know what you're gonna do next, right? You are crazy. You might do something unexpected and outside the box. So no, you gotta have straight hair. You know, like that Michelle Pfeiffer movie, right? Her and Robert Redford. You know, and she's gonna be a news reporter. And her hair starts out, actually looks a lot like mine when she starts out, right? And by the end of it, it's darker and it's straight. It ain't just darker, it's straight. Because you take straight-haired girls seriously. Curly-haired girls, not so much. You know? And like, let's see, Carrie Russell, for instance. She starts out, Felicity, she's all curly-haired and cute. Look at her now. It may not be exactly straight, but it ain't curly either. It's kind of wavy, you know? Slowly moving its way towards stick straight. Nicole Kidman, there's another one. Comes out, Days of Thunder, right? Days of Thunder, Tom Cruise. Curly hair everywhere. Kinky curly. Can a blonde girl have kinky curly hair? Sure, whatever. Anyway, kinky curly hair. Look at her now. Look at her. There ain't even a single wave in that shit. That's what I'm saying to you. Success equals straight. Straight hair. Maybe that's why, like, heterosexuals, straight. It's all about being straight. Cause ain't nobody got no imagination, you know? And like, you know them keratin treatments? I was like, oh, I heard about it, right? I was like, I'm gonna get me one of those. Well, then I go into the salon, right? This is in my neighborhood. And I'm like, hey, yeah, so I was just wondering how much them keratin treatments. Like $400? And that's cheap. I mean, I've seen other places like $1,000. And I'm thinking, is my hair gonna be straight forever? Cause you're telling me, what, those things last, I think like 3, maybe 4 months if you're lucky. So you're telling me that every 3 to 4 months, you're asking me to put down that much money on my hair? I mean, I could buy shit with that. So instead, I got my, I don't even remember what the hell it's called, Sea-Doo or something. You know, one of them straightening irons and shit. But it's like a skill, you know? Like, I've even thought about going to beauty school just so I could learn how to straighten my own fucking hair. I don't want to be a beautician or nothing. You know, I mean, my ma did that, and you know what's crazy? Dude, my ma would be working, and she'd cut her own freaking hand. Not even realize it because her hands were so cold from being wet. I'm telling you, that ain't the job for me, right? But I mean, I thought maybe it'd be worth it because I could spend the money and go and just, I don't know, can you just take a straightening class? Like a blowout class or something? But here's the thing. See, there's 2 ways of straightening hair, right? Well, I mean, there's lots of ways if you get into it, but like, if you're not straightening it for any permanent period of time, right? You're just straightening it for like a night out or something, right? So there's the blowout, which is just, you know, blow dryer and a big old brush. And that's nice because it gives some body, right? Because you use that that flat iron, and it like, your hair's flat. I mean, it does what it says, right? It's a flat iron. Your hair is flat. I don't know what I'm gonna do, you know? And my man, he says he likes it curly. Makes him think, you know, he says to me, he says, well, you know, think about Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman, right? Well, when she becomes Catwoman, she goes from having straight hair to curly hair because she's sexy. And I look at him, I'm like, right. She goes from having straight hair to curly hair because she's crazy, okay? Because that's like what the majority of people, they think about curly-haired girls. They're like the equivalent of red-haired girls for temper, right? So red-haired girls got temper, curly-haired girls got crazy. You know, and he's like, babe, why don't you just leave your hair straight? And I'm like, babe, I don't tell you what to do with your hair, so don't tell me what to do with mine. That's not exactly true. He like shaved it all off last year. And I was like, you look like an army recruit, okay? I don't want to date no army recruit. So, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with it. I even thought about shaving it off one time. He was like, you shave that shit off, I ain't sticking around. We got into a whole fight about that. I'm like, what? So you're just with me for my hair? He's like, no, babe, but I like it. I don't know. I mean, I don't know any of my girlfriends with curly hair. And if they do, they straighten that shit. Ain't nobody walks around proud and curly. I'm trying to think. Oh, hold on. You know, there's that one actress. She's Greek or something. She got that crazy last name. I don't even know what it is. She got curly hair. It's been curly the whole time. But I don't know. Can you think of anybody else? I mean, I can't think of anybody else. Curly-haired girls. Curly-haired girls who are six. Leave that shit, like, right in the middle. My freaking tape goes out. I've never been so good with technological stuff, you know. Usually my boyfriend does that. But, I mean, I just don't understand it. I don't understand why straight hair is more acceptable, you know? I mean, it doesn't matter if you're black, if you're white, if you're brown, if you're yellow. You seen anybody walking around saying, say it loud, say it proud? Hey, you know, J-Lo. Is her hair naturally straight? Because that shit is really straight. Whenever you see it, it usually ain't even wavy. I bet she straightens that shit. I mean, a curly-haired girl, especially a poor curly-haired girl in this world, she's screwed. She's gonna walk around and ain't nobody gonna take her seriously. Let alone herself. You look in the mirror, you got your hair all crazy and curly, you're thinking to yourself, who is this girl? And then you spend all the time straightening it, right? Do it just right, you get it to how you like it, and you go outside and it's fucking humid. Poof! There you go. You spend hours getting it ready. Now you got nothing to show for it. Well, you go and it's raining. I mean, you could walk around with a plastic bag around your head, okay? That's the only way you're gonna protect your straight hair when it's curly naturally, because like my hair, it wants to curl. It dreams about curling, okay? If it gets the slightest hint of moisture, it is like crazy curly. I went to visit my cousin in St. Louis. Oh my god. I walked around with like a white girl fro for the whole week. I mean, it was embarrassing. Like, she'd introduce me to her friends, and I'd be thinking, sorry, I don't really look like this. This is some other girl with some other girl's hair, because my hair does not look like this. You know, and I grew up with a mom who didn't know nothing about curly hair. Her hair is stick straight, right? I got my curly hair from my dad. Well, you know, he keeps it short, so he don't have to worry about it. And my mom, you know, she just has straight hair, so she knows how to take care of straight hair. Didn't know nothing about taking care of curly hair. It took me like the first fucking 20 plus years of my life to even figure out at all how to take care of it. I mean, you see pictures of me, school pictures? I was using the wrong brush. It's got like crazy fro, frizz, like I look back at those pictures and I think, oh, why did no one take my hand and say, hey little curly haired girl, let me give you a few tips. First of all, don't use a kind of bristle brush on your freaking hair, alright? It's just gonna frizz that shit out and it ain't gonna look good, okay? So just don't use a bristle brush. Just a few tips like that, you know? Finger brushing is okay. Or a pick, or a comb, or, you know, those brushes that ain't got the bristles. I don't even know what the hell you call them. It just ain't fair. You know? Straight hair girls, they got no idea what I'm talking about right now, right? They're listening to this and they're thinking, what the hell is she talking about? Because they got straight hair. You know? But the curly haired girls everywhere are listening to this and going, girl, you know it. I bet you. If you are sitting next to a curly haired girl and she is listening to me talk, she is shaking her head. It is the bane of the curly haired existence.